Like if you just going through something or
And do I tell people?
like do you allow people in even if they shouldn't be there? You know they shouldn't be there.
Oh, like people who not supposed to be?
Yeah, like you just kind of embrace people that maybe like you allow yourself to embrace relationships that you may not necessarily need
Yeah.
to just because you don't want to feel quiet or you don't want to feel
Yeah, like sorry. Like sometimes like it's one person that I know I should not be like talking to. And we don't talk often, but it's like sometimes when I just be bored, like I'll call him and then we'll talk and then it end up being something that it never should have been from the beginning.
mm-hmm.
And or sometimes like I just like I got friends that stay close to me, so I'll be like, let's smoke or something. And like I'll spend the money that I barely have putting in on something that I'm not even in a position to be doing anything like that right now. So it's like why even, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's stuff like that.
Yeah. It seemed like we said before, like the self control thing, like it's a huge thing for you to be able to like for your relationships when it comes to just taking care of yourself, doing better for yourself, it's like kind of hard for you to do. It's like really challenging. Do you think it stems from anywhere or you don't? Like specific maybe when you were younger,
Um,
like being able to say, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just gonna I'm gonna just even if it bothers me, even if it's hard.
I think so, but it doesn't come in the form of self control. Like it, well, actually, I guess it does because like growing up, like I've dealt with like people bullying me and stuff like that. So it's like, but at the same time, I'm a kid, so I'm looking at it like I go to school with these people every day. I don't want to not have no friends. Like that's bogus. So it's like I know I'm not supposed to be their friend or still be nice to them because they clearly don't like me. But it's like I'm a kid. What
Right.
kid don't want friends? You know what I'm saying? I got siblings at home and stuff, but 8 hours a day, I'm not with nobody that I know. So
Right.
it's like I need to find a crowd at least. Well, not a crowd, like because I could be by myself, but like I said, I was a kid, so I don't want to be by myself.
Right.
So it's like little things like that that turn into, oh, I shouldn't be talking to this person, but who else you gonna talk to? Like,
Mm-hmm.
or like, oh, I shouldn't be trying to eat this, but it's like if you don't eat that, what else you gonna eat? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So it's like it's little things like that that turn into big things, like
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. No, that was literally perfect. Like again, like you said, the self control. I'm not gonna. I shouldn't be messing with this person, but I mean, be the friend. And then now that turns into, well, I shouldn't be doing this thing, but I kind of want to do it, so I'm not gonna not do it.
And then sometimes
Balance.
like you look, especially for me, like I be seeing other people do not, and it's not like peer pressure, but also it's like they doing it and they ain't nothing happening to them. So it's like, what's the
Exactly.
difference between them and me? We both
Mm-hmm.
human, like,
Yeah.
and then you always get that voice in your like you could stop anytime you want to, and it's not like not saying like I'm addicted to anything. I'm not, but it's just like as far as like a person I'm talking to, like well, you can stop talking to them anytime. Like you don't gotta deal with them. You could stop dealing with them anytime. So it just be like
Yeah.
it just be like if it's there, it's there.
Yeah. It's like you gotta kind of parent yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even as you grow older, you gotta kind of be on you the person that's supposed to be on your own back. Like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And then if you got a bunch of other grown people around you, like, do this, you like, I'm gonna do it too. Like, yeah. So, okay. Well, I know you say you when I was asking you about the choices, you said that you helped your aunts. You said that you applied for jobs, and I think you said you what's the last thing? It was something that oh you had got rid of the
Oh
connection
yeah, yeah.
that you had before. So do you think any of these choices align with your purposes? Like when you was talking about your relationships, they had meaning in your life. You was talking about like music, you was talking about different things like
They do because well my because
mm-hmm.
it's like we've always been close, but I like lately because I've been with her
Mm,
a lot lately. Like I'm more open to talking to her.
mm,
Mainly because she kind of forces me to talk. Like even if I don't want to, whether we just like exchanging stories or something, we end up always kind of having like a little heart to heart about stuff. So
mhm.
it just feel good like to have somebody like kind of like another parental figure, if that's what you want to call it. What else? Like
I know you said the job, and you also
yeah,
said the connection.
the job will help me. Well, one like get work experience, obviously,
Mhm.
and it really, I really just want to fund my dreams. Like music is really what I want to do.
Right.
But like, if it's God's will, it's God's will. If it's not, it's not. It'll hurt like hell if it's not. But like, I cannot force anything like outside the will of God. And then if it happened, ask him to maintain it because he's not going to do it because that's not what he wants. So it's like that like working will help me fund my dreams, and like I like even if I don't do music or if I just say I'm like I want to keep it to myself, whatever. I've always wanted to be a teacher. Well, I've always been told I'll be a teacher, and for a long time I didn't want to do it, but like I do love teaching kids, so I guess yeah, I guess I would say I've always wanted to be a teacher. I was just kind of ended now with that. I say it like that.
Mhm.
So like, and like the jobs that I apply for is only with like childcare or working with children. Like I really don't
Mhm.
do like retail or anything like that. Not to bash nobody that do it or whatever, but
Mhm.
it's just not my thing. And if one thing about me, like if I don't care to do something, you're gonna get a I don't care type of person out of me. So if I'm working at a grocery store knowing I don't want to do it, every day I'm gonna come in there like I don't want to do this. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. And you also mentioned the connection too, which was
Oh,
that you had disconnected from them.
yeah. That sorry, my phone is acting slow. That helped me too, back with my connections with like to God and stuff because it's like it's more like a mind over matter type thing because it's like your heart wants you to, like who wants to be alone? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But it's like your mind telling you, God telling you like this is not like
Mhm.
you seeing all these like he was a good like and I say this too, like he was a good person.
Mhm.
Like he was really cool. He was really sweet. Like, but it's just certain things that I've I've kind of like told myself, and that God told me like you don't deserve people who do these things.
Mhm.
So it's like, dang, but he's really like interested in me, blah blah. But it's like you said what you said. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
So it was like it's no, and then it's like let's say I did pursue it. Now this is something that God knows is not for me.
Mhm.
So it's like I can't get in this relationship and then certain things happen and I'm like, God, like, why would you bring this person into my life? And he gonna be like, I told you not to talk to this person.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you have like really stepped into your like doing things that are meaningful to your purpose. I know that maybe in your so I know that in your day to day, you know, like you say, you unemployed, a lot of depressing thoughts appear for you. But I think you should give yourself like some type of encouragement, and validation for what you truly do, because you do try to do things that are better for you. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe this being in this therapy session is the push for you to realize, like, oh, I do actually take the steps, and I do stuff towards my me, and I do respect myself, and I do value, you know what I'm saying, like bettering myself. Maybe it's just gonna take time and effort and consistency that I might just need help with, just why I'm here. Um, Also, it's just like I'm feeding off of you too. I really can't do as good as I can without your help too. You being able to share, you being able to open up like you just did. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna really help with the progression of you being able to be more positive, which is your goal. So But I do want you to take more actions as well that directly contributes to the meaning in your life. So maybe if it's disconnected from, things that might distract you, like what is anything in your life that's like kind of distracting that you just be like I know you mentioned like smoking sometimes can be a little like, well, I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm just doing it anyway.
I don't really smoke as often though. Like
Oh, okay.
I really don't. But it's like even like when I was working, I was only smoking like every 2 weeks. When I got paid, I smoked, or like on the weekends or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a matter of like I could be spending my money doing other stuff. Like that's really what it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I saying like I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on weed. I don't, but
Mm-hmm.
after a while, that little $30 be adding up like that. Like when I spend $30, I'm like I bought something.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is it, would you say like something like maybe your relationships, are your relationships distracting? Um, is there anything in your life
honestly,
that's
like
distracting to you?
honestly, right now, even with me being unemployed and like kind of going through what I'm going through, I don't really have that many distractions besides myself, but it's only because of the fact that I'm not doing anything. So my mind is telling me like you need to you like you're not doing anything. Like
Right.
you're like and then it's like even when I be looking at jobs, like my mind be like, you're not qualified for that job. You can't get no job. Like so it's just like
Yeah.
it just be me for real. Like it's nothing.
Right.
Like I'm not like my friends. My friends encourage me all the time. My family encourages me all the